Hey, everybody. This is Katrina from In Cat We Trust, and I am back with another interview with another fantastic guest. And so here I have with me today, Divya. How are you today?
I'm very good. Thank you so much for calling me in your broadcast. I'm really very excited to meet you because last time when you texted me in the messenger, I was really very excited. I just saw your message and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to give an interview to her. And because I've been following your profile when you send me that request, and I've been following your profile and I saw lots of the interviews, so I was really very excited to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much. I always try to find new wrestlers. I know we have been friends on Facebook for quite a bit. And I was like, let me just like see it. I'm like, I always like to be introduced to new wrestlers, particularly women, because there's so many women doing just different things all over the place in wrestling, and I think it's so important to kind of amplify that. And so, again, thank you so much for wanting to come on. So my first question was how did you get what was the moment for you that you realized you liked wrestling but also wanted to work in the industry?
Yes. Actually, being a childhood time, I've been a great fan of WWE. Not only me, means my whole family was a great fan of WWE. We've been watching wrestling of Undertaker and Triple H, everyone. And at that time, I told one day I will be a wrestler. So my parents used to laugh at me because in India, women are not allowed to do this type of wrestling because it's probably a wrestling that you see that happens in the Olympics, the Greek style and the different types of wrestling. So they were like, okay, I'm a child, and I'm just like, okay, it's okay. She's a child. Every child have a different type of dreams. And when I grew up, and I was more into dancing, very good in dancing, but I still want to be a wrestler. So when I came to my graduation time, and I have decided that I want to be a wrestler. So that was the story. Like I have quit wrestling, not wrestling, sorry, I've quit dancing, and not I have properly quit dancing. So I used to dance still, but not the professional way. So I have quit my dancing. I came to my wrestling, and one of the main reason was I saw wrestling of Trish Stratus and the Lita, and they were doing the main event. At that time, it just came into my mind like I want to be like her, and I love Trish Stratus. I'm being a childhood fan of her. I used to always watch her, and I said I want to be a wrestler one day. And yes, thanks to the Great Khali sir that he have opened a wrestling academy in India, and that time I decided let's take admission here and let's try our luck because I don't want to get a regret for myself when I grew old. Like I haven't even tried it. So that was the main reason for me to coming in wrestling.
Nice, I love that. So you mentioned Trish and Lita, and that's actually one of my favorite matches because it was just for the first time we got to kind of see two women main event, and it's such a big deal. Uh, and I love Trish, but I was a really huge Lita fan just off the fact that she was a
Yes.
bit tomboyish, and that's kind of how I was growing up. And so, um, would you say Trish and Lita were some women that kind of inspired you as far as some of your favorite women wrestlers?
Um, can you repeat, please?
Yeah, or you get. I said, would you say like Trish Stratus and Lita were some of the women that kind of inspired you growing up into wrestling?
Okay, so it was the Trish Stratus was my most favorite. Then Alita, China. I respect China a lot. She's been wrestling with the men's, and I used to see her like, oh my God, this woman is really very huge. Because I have never seen someone doing I was never interested in the bodybuilding type of thing. So I used to watch every bodybuilders, like especially the Ronnie Coleman, and I saw his body is really huge. And then I saw in a WWE that was China. She was the first woman I ever saw with such a huge body, and I just love her. And if you are talking about the current, I love Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and now Io Shirai, and I've been watching all of them. But if I will say why, which the women who have really inspired me, the one is a Trish, the second one is Lita, and the third one will always be a China. They are the best ones.
Oh, nice! I love that list from both past and present. Charlotte is definitely somebody who's really left her mark in wrestling. I love Bianca; it's one
Yes,
of my favorites. so,
yes.
so that's super awesome. So you said Great Khali opened a wrestling school in India, and so how was that experience for you as far as training and even being able to work with somebody like Great Khali?
Like I was. when I took the admission there were only 3 to 4 girls in the academy, and I heard that the one of the women, Kavita Devi, who's been selected in WWE, she had went to the Mayan Classic. At that time, I came to CW in 2017, and nobody in that company means like a woman. It's the type of a woman who like to wear the shorts and like to wear short dresses and wrestles. Everybody have arguments like we won't wear this because this is India, and India we are really very thinks about the costumes. We have to think about what we are going to say, how you're going to respect your culture. But I was the one because I have always been in the dancing, so okay, I'm okay with all type of dresses and everything. I just needed an opportunity to explore myself in a different things, and I was a lone woman living in a PG that is called a PG, like a hostel type of thing of the Great Khali, and there were the 300 guys, and I got a single room. I was a single woman living there, so it was really very difficult for me at the starting time because being a dancer, I was very delicate. They used to say, like all my coaches used to say that you need to do a gym there where you have to do a gym. You have to go to the gym, pick up some dumbbells because your skins and your body and your skins, all the body language is just like a delicate and it's like a dancer type. So you have to work hard in your body. I said, fine. I was the one who have learned the things very nicely and I have learned very quickly. But yeah, I get hurt very easily because wrestling is really a different thing and dancing is really very different. But my dancing somehow helped me in learning a wrestling very fast, and my experience was really very great in the Great Khali's Academy.
Nice. So you said you're a dancer, which I think is awesome. I can't dance that well. So you said that you're a dancer, and so what got you into like dancing? Was that something that you just did because you really liked to do it? Was it something that you kind of was put into as a child? How's that story as far as you getting into dancing?
Uh, like when I was in wrestling, there was a when I was in dancing, there was one academy. It's called the Terence Lewis Dance Tech Company, and this is very famous here in India. And Terence is a very big choreographer of Indian. So I've been dancing with a lot of celebrities in the background dancing, and I have been also in his academy. So while in his academy, there was one of my friend, and I told him like, today's a WrestleMania, and I may miss my classes. And he told me, no, you should not miss the classes because this is the time, we are having a ballet classes, our first ballet classes, and you have to learn the ballet, in the exams. You want to forget everything because ballet is really very hard. He told me, he suggested me this thing. But then I told, no, 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 today's Undertaker match. Undertaker have lost his WrestleMania and he's again coming back and he's having a match. I want to see his match. And he told me, like, Divya, I will suggest you one thing. I said, yes. But once you have just told me that you want to go for the wrestling, I said, yes. Then he told, why don't you try it? And I told, I have to leave the dancing. He said, just go for it. He said, I'm there with you. You're my good friend. I'm there with you. You should go with that. I said, I sure. He said, yes. And after that, it took me almost a year to decide whether I should go in the wrestling, living my full of the dance career, full on dance career. And that was the first moment in my dancing time when I decided, yes, I need to go. And even when I was in London and I was in a dance contract with a company, at that time also I have decided one thing, what I'm wasting my time, why I'm wasting my time here. I want to be a wrestler. I never miss a WrestleMania, I never miss any of the summer slams, I never miss any of the backlash and everything, unforgiven and so many pay-per-view were there. So at that time I used to feel why I am in dancing when I know I want to be a wrestler. And that time I said, let's pack my back things. I just packed my everything. I went back to India and I told my parents, I'm back in India. And they were like, what? I said, yes. So you were in London? I said, no, I'm back here and I'm coming home. They said, okay, come, we will talk. And that time I just joined my hand in front of my parents. I said, I want to be a wrestler. Please, give me a last chance. I won't ask you anything. Just give me a last chance. They told me one thing that, you are good in dancing, you are good in studies. Why you want to go in this, which have no future in India? I said, let me try my luck. I'm not telling let me try my luck. Let me try once. I just want to be there. I don't want to regret it in my old life that I didn't learn anything. And
Yeah.
at that time, they said, go, just go. Whatever you want to do, just go from here. And this is how my wrestling journey started and from the dance form.
Nice. I love that. And I'm also I know how it could be to kind of like have the transition from something you've done um like a long time to kind of follow your dream. And so I think that's super awesome. uh, that you decided to go that way. So I know you're currently part of CWE. And so how is that experience? How has it been working in that wrestling company and taking on the women and that roster?
So CWE, that stands for the Continental Wrestling Academy, and it's been run by the Great Khali. So I was a student there, so it just took me a 7 months to learn the wrestling because I was a very good dancer. So I was a good learner even. I am a really good learner, a very good listener. So I know about the psychology. I know how to do the things. Yeah, from the starting 3 months, 1 to 3 months, it took me really hard. I get a lots of bruises and I got a lots of head pain because of this times of the bumps and everything I have to remember. But in 8 months, just it took me the 8 months. I was the first wrestler in CWE who got that championship just in the 8 months, and I won this championship in my first single debut, that US championship. Only the thing, I just love CWE. I just love only the thing, which is not the thing in the CWE, but it is the thing in India that I hate a lot. That there are less women, very less women. So I don't get an opportunity to fight with a woman, a lot of women, because you will get mostly in all over India. You will get a 4 to 5, not a five. You can take six, at most 6 to 7 wrestlers are there in India, women wrestler, and you don't get opportunity to work with them because women have a crisis with each other. They have a conversations problem, everything, and you cannot explore your talent with them. And reason is that due to the less women shortage of women's wrestler. So what I do that I used to fight with the men's, and men's are the good wrestlers. They know how to do the things. They know how to listen to everyone. So yes, I have a lot of fight, lot of intergender fight with the men, and I have a less women wrestling fight here in India, especially in CW.
Okay, I like that. I like that. And so, is there like any, as far as like any goals you want? You said you learned it pretty quickly, which is, I think, is amazing. I know I personally cannot wrestle. That's just not my cup of tea. I took like one bump some time ago, and I was like, absolutely not. That's not my thing. I'll stick to doing background stuff, like ring announcing. That's, I can do that. I just can't wrestle. And so I'm always so impressed when anybody tells me they wrestle, because it's just, for me, it's like you do this every time. You have to like take these bumps and do these moves and work with somebody else and trust that you guys are on the same page. So is there any like goals for yourself that you want to have in like the next year or two with your wrestling career?
Yes, actually, I have given my WWE tryouts in 2019, and after that, the COVID have came and everything got scrapped, and that was my first tryout, and I was just very young at that time. I was really happy because just in a 1.5 years, not even a half year, 1 year, 3 months, I got that tryout. So I was really happy in just a less journey. I just got my tryout. Really very excited for that. But yeah, there's always been like I want to go out of India. I want the people to book me, and I'm getting an opportunity. They want to book me, but from India, it's really very difficult to get the visas. USA, especially a USA visa, just in the traveling for the wrestling because they ask you a lot of questions and everything. So even I've talked with a lot of agents. They told me like it's not possible. Even I have talked with a lot of companies. They have always suggested me one thing that see this professional wrestling don't have any visa, especially when the particular companies like AEW, WWE, or a TNA, but mostly the AEW didn't hire you, cannot get the visa, especially in this wrestling because of this wrestling. So I really feel like government should do something for this. I really want my Indian government should do something so that we can explore our wrestling too. We can explore our talent in the different places. And yes, my next goal will be like I want to travel abroad. I want to wrestle with all the wrestlers. Like I have wrestled with so many wrestlers. So like Katie Fox and then Jamie Jameson, Scarlett. I have wrestled with them, but I really want to explore more and I want to go outside. I want to travel. I want to be like a best wrestler to be known here in India, not only in India but over the world. Like, yeah, there is one Indian woman who has traveled all where and she has wrestled.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. So, how would you describe your wrestling style? We have like the high flyer wrestlers, we have the lucha wrestlers like a Rey Mysterio, we have the technical wrestlers like a Kurt Angle. And so, how would you describe your wrestling style as far as when you're doing your matches?
So whenever I do my matches, so I mostly do the technical wrestling. So because the Great Khali sir, who is a good friend of Natalia, he always suggests me to watch the wrestling of the Natalia. She's a very good wrestler. She's a very good technical wrestler, and you should follow her. I said, okay, sir. So I have watched lots of matches of Natalia, and the most thing, like I like a lot of big bumps. Like I love suplex. I love the high fly move. Means I'm a fan of high fly move. I have tried to learn it a lot of the time, got a lot time hurt. I got injured a lot of time, but still, the technical wrestling, I really love it. And especially in the wrestling, whenever I see a wrestling, I really love when the wrestlers do a chain wrestling. It's awesome. And if you will see a girl like Natalia, she do a lot of chain wrestling. I have seen AJ Lee, she used to do a lot of chain wrestling. Even a Charlotte sometimes, she do a lot of chain wrestling. So I really love the chain wrestling. I see because the wrestling conditions right now is changing a little bit. If you will see in the NXT and everything, the women are so good. They do a so nice high fly and everything. But still, if it comes to me, I will always prefer technical wrestling.
Okay, I love that. Do you have any like dream opponents you would love to wrestle? Like if you can like have your top five women to wrestle, who would those women be?
So one will always be a Charlotte Flair. I really want to wrestle her. She's such a fantastic wrestler. And second one will be the Rhea Ripley. Currently, she's doing very good in her wrestling. I'm just a big fan of her currently and even I love her makeup. I usually do a very dark makeup. Whenever I do my wrestling, I need to do a very dark makeup. And when I see Rhea Ripley, it's like, oh my gosh, she do a makeup like me. I give a compliment to myself. So second one is the Rhea Ripley, and third one is from the AEW. Right, currently who had just came to WWE, the Jade Cargill. She's very good in AEW. So I just love her. So I want to wrestle her. The fourth one is Britt Baker. She's very nice wrestler. So I want to wrestle her. And the fifth one will always be a Charlotte Flair. Not Charlotte Flair, sorry, Trish Stratus, because she's a legend, but I want to wrestle her. I mean, it will be my dream to wrestle Trish Stratus. She's a legend, and I have grown watching her. I have grown watching her. I've been a fan of her. The first ever fight I have seen of the women's was always a Trish Stratus, and it was a Trish Stratus versus Victoria, and they were doing a matches like they were you know, throwing a cheers in both of them. Their rivalry was very good. Trish Stratus and Victoria rivalry was very good. Their storylines were so perfect. Their matches were so perfect. I still remember when Victoria used to pick Trish Stratus and say, "I hate you, Trish Stratus," and I just love it. So Trish Stratus, yeah,
I love that list, and I definitely remember that with Victoria and Trish. Victoria definitely was, a very
yes.
good deal when she was wrestling in WWE. And so, what if somebody was to ask you any advice getting into wrestling? What would that advice be to somebody just starting out in wrestling?
So see, in the outside India, there is a lot of opportunity, but to the Indian women, especially to all the Indian women who want to wrestle, I know there is a lot of Indian women who want to come in this wrestling business, but they think like, okay, I cannot wrestle it because there's no opportunity in India. So yes, I agree there is less opportunity in India, but I cannot say there is no opportunity. Come, join some wrestling school, learn yourself. If you want to give your time, give a 1 year, give a 2 year, and you can continue your studies, and try to get a visa till the things don't get good in visa. Try to get your visa outside India, whether it's USA, whether it's Canada, UK, Japan, and just go and explore your wrestling there. So I will just tell all the Indian women that never think that you cannot do anything. You can do it. India can bring a medal. India is bringing a good medals in Olympics, good medals in Asian Games. But just because this wrestling is a private wrestling and they call it like, okay, this is a wrestling of America, I don't think so. I think if you can try, you can do it. You can do it really best. And to every woman, I will just say, come and join. Actually, I will be very happy. I will get a lot of opponent to beat up. So I would just tell them, just yeah, please come and join this. Do your hard work. You can get anything.
I love that. Such good advice. So we're gonna do a quick little speed round. I'm gonna like say a question and you just tell me like the first thing that pops into your head.
Okay.
So, what is the last song you listened to on repeat?
So it was, I don't know, I just forgot that name. Dancing on Despacito. Yeah, I love. I just listened it just before coming to this interview. I've listened to Despacito song.
Ah, nice. Last show you binge watched?
No one.
Oh, okay. Your favorite snack to have no matter what? Like, this is the snack you gotta always have in your house, you gotta always eat. What is that snack?
Sweet, and it is in our India. It's called a son papdi, so it's always available in my home.
Ah, nice. Okay. Um, your favorite movie of all time?
Harry Potter.
Oh, yay! I'm a Harry Potter fan too. What is your Hogwarts house?
Um, I love. I don't know that it's not like Ravenclaw. I just love that.
Ah, nice. I'm a Hufflepuff, so
But I
very
am a
cool.
fan of. If I will say you nicely, I'm a fan of Draco Malfoy, and I always wish when in my childhood time I used to wish one day I will marry Draco Malfoy. But I always like Ravenclaw.
Oh, that is great. That's great. If you could have any superpower, what would that superpower be and why?
Uh, Invisibility. I want that superpower just because I want to check some of my friends and even my boyfriend that what they are doing in time when they're away with me. I want to check that. And yeah, some of my friends who used to always bully me at my school time, and some of the friends who used to tease me. So I want to just when I will be invisible, I just want to go in the back and just want to slap on their head, and I want to run away. Because nobody can watch me. That who have done that? They might be thinking there is some ghost or something. They will do some time of worship or exorcism. That will be really enjoyable.
I respect it. So I'm giving you the floor. Tell everybody what do you have going on and where they can find you and follow you.
Okay, so they can follow me on the my all my fans and everyone who were there. You can follow me on my Instagram. So just write it's Divya Aale. That is ITSDIVYA Divya Aale. And yes, if anybody want to buy any of my merchandise, you can just go to the millions.com. If you know the millions right now, it's going very famous for all the sports person and everyone. I have a lot of merchandise there. And if you want the link of that, so you have to check Katrina's video and her description. You will get the link there.
Thank you so much.
And yes, Katrina, I want to tell you one thing. This is the first time, and this is in your show. I'm revealing that I have a merchandise because it just launched a 1 week before, and this is your first show, and it's the first time in the social media. I'm just telling this thing that I have a
Oh,
merchandise.
nice.
So congratulations to you too.
Thank you for revealing that on this interview. I appreciate that. And so, Divya, it has been a pleasure to talk with you. You have such infectious energy. I love that. Like you're just so happy, and I love that energy. You have give such good energy.
Yes.
And so, thank you so much for coming on and chatting with me.
Welcome, Katrina, and I love you.
Thank you. Okay, guys, as said, the links would be in the description. Please go give Divya a follow. Please go support her, buy her merch. Buy some merch. Wrestlers always need our support, so definitely go do that. And until next time, guys, we will catch you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.